Hello and welcome back to Popcorn Chat. I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry I've been a bit MIA. I've been very busy in my life. I've been at film festivals, I've moved flat, I've been ill this week, so it's all been going on. So thank you so much for bearing with me. Expect more frequent reviews on this channel and let's get into it. In this video, we're going to be talking about Smile 2. So this film picks up 6 days after the end of the first film, and we get to see some familiar faces from that film in this one, and then we get to see how this kind of creature passes on once again. We have to talk about Naomi Scott's performance in this. It's absolutely excellent. The range in which she has to explore within this film is amazing. She has these really big performances, very kind of monologue, screaming, shouting, and then she has those lot more smaller reserved moments where she's reacting with her eyes, and I think it's probably the best film I've seen her do so far. Narratively, it's very interesting to see how this parasite follows a pop star who's on the world stage and has had trouble with drugs, alcohol, and has had a traumatic past experience when she lost her boyfriend in a car crash. So there's a lot of things which thematically, with the setup of the first film, work really well with this character, and you can see why it would latch on to someone like her and really sort of feed off that kind of traumatic and negative energy she has inside of her. I'll be honest and say this film is full of jump scares. It did get me a few times. I think it's done in a really creative way. Yes, there are moments that are a little bit sort of, okay, I can see it coming, so I was kind of bracing myself. But then again, it kind of would sort of lead you one way where there's got that sort of space down a corridor and you expect something to be there. There's nothing there. So, you know, at some points it seemed obvious, but other ways they did it in a really effective way that kind of made myself and other people in the screen jump out their skin. One thing I really love from the first film, which they've done again in the second one, is the camera movements. I think it's really interesting having the camera sort of flip and do these 180 movements and it's flying through and twisting. I think the way in which Parker Finn moves the camera really adds to this sort of unsettled and on edge environment that he's able to create, and you just know something's going to go wrong when this camera starts moving. I do think that Naomi Scott's performance is the best thing about this film. I don't think the side characters are too great. I do like her sort of surrounding party, like her mum and her assistant, but I think some of the sets in this are a little bit limited. They feel quite small, i.e. like her flat, which a lot of the stuff happens there. But I do think the arena stuff towards the end of the film is amazing. Seeing that sort of full room of supporting actors was just great. It really kind of made me think of Trap, which came out early this year, but I think the very limited sort of concert scenes that we have are done much better in this film. Naomi Scott is the thing that kept me engaged within this film. Her performance just draws you in and makes you totally invested in a character, so she was the main driving force for me. If I had to compare the original and its sequel, I do think I preferred the original. I think being introduced to this world and the lore of how this thing passes from one person to another was really interesting, and I think it's done on a lot more a tangible kind of platform by having someone relatable. But then again, I think it's interesting with the kind of fame and the kind of elevated pedestal that we put celebrities on in this film, but I think I personally prefer the setup of the first film. Thank you so much for watching this review of Smile 2. If you've seen the film, do let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I can't wait to check those out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another Popcorn Chat.